brothers and sisters. Witchy Dragon, Squirtle, thank you for coming by. Or however long you can. Welcome to Church Has Glasses. It's like Kirk Has Glasses, but on Sundays. And with a church theming. Hope everybody had a wonderful first half to their Labor Day weekend. In the chat we were talking about days off and whatnot. So it seems like my microphone is too low and the music is too high. Anyways, I think from the levels that'll probably be better. At least I hope so. I mean, our hair is always growing, Squirtle. But it's getting there. I want to get to a good ponytail length. Right now it's like it's at that length right before you can get a good ponytail that's going to stay there. Okay, well. I didn't comb my hair this morning because I figured I'm going to be wearing a hat the whole time. Squirtle done screwed it up. But yeah, the hair is pretty long. Squirtle. See what Squirtle did there? He teed that up himself. He's like, I'm gonna set up and punchline for myself with Kirk Bucks. Some would say it's abusive. Some would say it's an abuse of power. But, you know, whatever, Squirtle. We get it. You got Kirk Bucks. You're the Jeff Bezos of this Kirk Buck economy. It's fine. I'm just mad because I didn't comb my hair thinking I'd just have a hat on. It's Sunday morning. It's cozy time. It's cozy time for cozy streaming. That's why I'm playing PowerWash Simulator. Well, I'm glad you didn't go glasses, because I do need those to see. PowerWash Simulator would have been a lot harder if I can't see. Because attention to detail is a must. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. I wanted to tell... Because while I always try to keep a healthy separation between the stream and what I actually do for work, mostly because I don't ever want there to be a conflict or an issue of where I work being concerned about the things I'm making. So I don't want to mention where I work, but this is a former employment and has more to do with COVID than the actual job, and I no longer work there. But I did for quite a long time. During COVID, I worked for a premium appliance company. Or not the company, a premium appliance retailer. And the argument can be made, and it makes sense, that appliances are an essential service if people are locked down due to COVID. If you don't remember, kids, we were told to stay in our homes for 2 weeks, or maybe 3 weeks, and everybody freaked out. Some people thought that was an infringement upon their freedom to try and protect other people from a potentially deadly disease. Other people were like, okay, let's go on lockdown. And other people were like, but how do I get my Chipotle? Sure, I don't want people to die, but I also want my barbacoa with a side of guacamole. So there was this fun intersection of, sure, I care about my fellow man, or there's a contingent like, I don't care about my fellow man. Wearing a mask is essentially wearing a dog collar. I will not be treaded upon as I eat my 6th Big Mac of the day. Someone who is antisocial, I would have flourished. Yeah, I bet my life didn't change at all. Which I don't know if that's a bad sign. But I basically went to work every day the same way. I talked to people basically the same amount, and I did all the things I normally do, which is a not good indication of my social life, but was accurate. Anyway, I was like, oh, okay, so society as a whole is going to get together and say, you know what, everybody, go to the store, get 2 weeks worth of food, go home, everybody quarantine, everybody get it out of your system, so we'll all be safe. And that's not what happened. We needed our Chipotle, we needed our Cold Stone, we needed our dog food, so PetSmart's got to be open. That's an essential service for sure. I was happy because I didn't have school and I played video games for hours straight. But essentially, I think during the entire pandemic, because during like the whole pandemic rush, like when it was real bad, I worked at that store, and I only had maybe 1 to 2 days off until we had a potential COVID scare, and then I was forced to take 2 weeks off because they thought I might have had it, even though I tested negative. And I was like, look, at the time I lived with my father, who had his own health issues. I don't want to get him sick, so I took a test and I'm negative, and they're like, don't come to work. Fine, whatever. So basically 2 weeks and 2 days during the entire pandemic. And what was hilarious was we were deemed an essential service because we sell appliances, which people need if they need to quarantine at home. But we were selling the appliances that go into rich people's third or fourth homes that they visit when they're in town. But, of course, they also have appliances at their other homes in different parts of the country. And we were still deemed essential, even though what we were selling is not essential. Because I understand that a person who is quarantined needs a refrigerator that can hold 2 weeks of food. What I don't understand is someone needing a refrigerator that can hold 2 weeks worth of food for a small army in a refrigerator that costs more than some vehicles, because that will bring up the resale value of the person's home. That's not essential at this juncture. What is essential would be a refrigerator to keep your food cold. I got COVID twice because people didn't wear masks when the schools reopened. And you know, Squirrel, if there's one thing I've learned about America, keeping children safe, strangely not a priority. So, you know, if some kids happen to get COVID, hey, that's a small price for the freedom of inconsideration. That's sometimes I think to myself, like, my sarcastic comments could easily be taken and then posted on right-wing websites. Like, see, this guy's got it right, brother. This guy gets it. But yeah, I say all that to remind everybody, while a lot of us will have Monday off for Labor Day, ironically, there will be a whole lot of labor happening at your stores and your restaurants and your places, because a lot of companies realize, well, Labor Day means people are off, and if people are off, that means people could be spending, and they could be spending money in our store. So just remember, when you're out doing the fun things you're fucking doing on Monday, there's a lot of people who have to go to work. So if you are using somebody's labor on Labor Day, be kind and courteous. If you're a dingleberry, fuck you. That's it. I don't have anything nice to say about it. I know I'm at a pulpit at a church, but that's just it. Fuck you. Don't be a dick. I'm not saying don't go do those things, you know? Maybe you need a day off. Maybe you need to go treat yourself. Maybe you need a Chipotle burrito. But if you get a Chipotle burrito, put an extra $1 in that tip jar. Because those people are working on Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? Just be cool. Just be cool. Alright? In the first year school reopened, I got COVID twice, 3 lockdowns, 2 bomb threats. That's America. Damn right, that's America. 3 lockdowns. Were they... Not to bring up trauma, Squirtle, because once again, I apologize for the way that this country treats our children. Baldur's Gate. 2 very different messages in chat right there. Squirtle, were the lockdowns... I know how this is going to sound. I'm trying to word it in a nice way. Were the lockdowns due to a legitimate concern, or were they practice lockdowns? Because I know schools have started to do that, where, like, we have shooter drills. Because this is something that might happen. And rather than top-down fixing of that problem, we'll go bottom-up fixing of that problem, which is, hey, you know what? Just like fire, which inevitably happens due to a force of nature, apparently shootings are inevitable. 2 times kids brought airsoft guns, morons, and someone called the police as a joke. Isn't that a pisser? What a joke. Am I right, guys? When you call the police. Ah! This world is doomed. Now it's time to violently switch gears. Witchy, do you think I'd like Baldur's Gate? What are your thoughts? Because I've been hearing nothing but positives about Baldur's Gate, and I enjoyed playing D&D with homies back in the day. And of course, now that we're adults and some of us have children and got married, like nerds, there's no time to play D&D. So, Baldur's Gate seems like it's dope. I also got COVID. It happened over Christmas. Businesses were supposed to close for a time if workers were suspected of having COVID, or were confirmed to have COVID, but all we did was sanitize the area and then stay open. Well, that was also the funny thing. So, it became clear. I mean, if you like D&D, you'll probably like Baldur's Gate 3. But I don't know if you're into RPGs. I've never seen you play one. Well, that's what's weird. I think you would. It's got 3 modes: a story-oriented balance between story and combat, and then the third is mostly combat. Well, that's the thing. Because D&D... Oh, okay. I probably should ask. I don't know. I'm sure that they're busy, but Hetrick, I think, is playing some Baldur's Gate 3. I'll ask him as well, but it seems like a game that I could get into. The problem with... And I'll be honest. I'll drop the curtain, the facade. The reason, like the stream, I've been doing it for a little while. The thing I learned is, if a game like Baldur's Gate, or I think Skyrim would do this to me, I think Fallout would do this to me. If I play a game that truly is immersive, I don't think I'm going to be entertaining. And I'm barely entertaining as it is. So I don't want to subject people to watching me, like, obsessively, compulsively look through every section of a building in a game, because I'm afraid I'll miss something, and then watching every single cutscene with, like, laser precision, because that's how I play video games. And then kind of look at chat and go, oh, somebody spoke to me about 25 minutes ago. I was too busy trying to figure out this puzzle, or getting frustrated and then looking like a straight dummy. But and the thing about D&D, the thing I liked about it, at least back in the day, was it was collaborative with friends, but also it was a story with friends. I did run a game very briefly with Hetrick, and Moyer. I think he's shown up here a little bit. Ben Moyer. And Ben Moyer's lovely wife, Alex. And, oh my gosh, I feel bad. I forgot the name of the person. Oh, that makes me feel bad. But we did run like a very, very stripped down game. And that was very fun to write that story, to have them involved in it, to watch some of them immediately try to screw it up with their incessant rebelliousness or rebellion. For PC, it's a point and click and stuff you can interact with. Will be outlined when you have a mouse over, so don't worry about having to go up to everything and pressing A. I do get what you're saying. Playing games are less deeply immersive, offer you more room to interact with viewers, and be more freestyle. And also, I think because when I started streaming, we did a playthrough of like Darksiders, the Darksiders series. Did a playthrough of Control, and I think Control really pointed it out, where it's like, I just want to play this game and not have to talk to anybody. I want to know what's going on with this game. This game is kind of dope, kind of weird, X-Files-y weirdness, but I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to try and make jokes about it. I just want to listen to every inch of what's happening. And I feel that way about Baldur's Gate, where I think I'm going to turn into kind of a zombie while playing it. I think that almost happened with, or probably did happen. I think that happened with Red Dead Redemption 2. Because Red Dead Redemption 2, I feel like I could play that. I played it for 24 straight hours, and for Extra Life. And, like, that's a game where you sit me in front of it, and I could pretend the world doesn't exist for as absolutely long as possible. And that Red Dead Redemption, not even a remaster, just a Red Dead Redemption robbery, where they're gonna give us the privilege to play Red Dead Redemption 1 on Switch or PlayStation 4 or 5 if I want to spend $50, which is like, fuck you guys. 20. I feel like 20 is fair. I did see Baldur's Gate does have a multiplayer mode. Does it, Witchy Dragon? There's also another game. I'm not gonna tip my scale to it yet. I played Guitar Hero for 16 hours straight. I had a problem. I did play Guitar Hero for 10 hours straight once in, was it high school? I think it was in high school. Guitar Hero 2, to date myself a little bit. Guitar Hero 2 came out. I played it for, I believe, 8 straight hours, and then the walls were moving. Very involved co-op mode. Witchy Dragon. Witchy Dragon and Felix. But yeah, it's, I do want to play more like tabletop RPG stuff. It's just getting people together, man. You know? Late stage capitalism has made it really hard for people to have time to do things that are fun. And they wonder why we're depressed. What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, there is a game that I saw a video of, and then I checked it out on Steam, and I'm like, I think this might be another Wednesday series. But that's the thing, even with Wednesday games, like the game I'm playing on Wednesday now, Killer Frequency, there wasn't a lot of people on Wednesday, which is fine. But that game, too, I was sitting there like, I could play this without anyone here. But I'm also not saying anything. Like, I want to know what's happening. With a game like Red Dead Redemption, which I've played before, Red Dead Redemption 2, I've played it like twice all the way through, so I don't really care about what happens. Or Bioshock, because I played through them multiple times. It's kind of like, who cares what happens, because I know exactly what's going to happen. Every inch of it. But I'm thinking like a Baldur's Gate or something with some meat on the bones. I'm going to be just going to be staring at it. Sorry, man, on Wednesday I started school and my bitch-ass English teacher gave a homework packet. My bitch-ass English teacher. Holy shit, that's funny. You know, your bitch-ass English teachers. With their bitch-ass English teaching. Well, you know, that's the thing about teachers. Oh, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you, Felix. It's going to be a surprise. But when I saw that game, the thing about it that turned me to it was the video I saw said it's very short, and the story really isn't like a big part of it. It's more of the game itself is more of a showcase of a combat system than it is a story. And I'm like, well, that's perfect, because kind of like Clone Drone in the Danger Zone, which is very much a like, who cares? Like, the story is you're a clone and welcome to the Danger Zone. Go fight. But I do think, I think that shift in gaming, because while there are plenty of story-rich single-player experiences, I do think that streaming and the internet has kind of shifted. I mean, this is kind of an obvious statement of the year, but there are so many games, period. So many games out, period. But a lot of them are, what's going to be good to talk to your chat and do giveaways and have moments for you to thank your subscribers and shit. And those games I'm not super interested in. I don't find it fun to grind out the same shit over and over like a Call of Duty, a Fortnite. I enjoy Clone Drone in the Danger Zone because it's kind of funny, and the audience can have a effect on the game, and it's also, you know, it has some skill. But I do enjoy those story-rich games, but when I want to play those, I don't want to talk to anybody. And it's like, damn it. I think that's why I love movies so much, because when like a movie's going on, unless it's a movie we've seen 1,000 times and we're with people, it's like, no, it's shushy time. It's my time to commune with this piece of artwork. Like, motherfucker, it's 10 in the morning, I have shit sleep schedule, and you're over here saying, time to review what you know for last year? Fucking assholes. Oh, school, man. School. But, and since the format of the stream kind of changed, and really I should be talking about increasing the length of streams, because they've been a little too short. Which was kind of to... I brought the streams down to manage a new job, and then it was to manage kind of like a move, which turned into a different kind of situation where I was helping other people move a whole bunch. But really, we should be back to increasing the length of the streams. But, I mean, what I'm playing right now, I'm playing PowerWash Simulator, and the story is you power wash. And then on Wednesdays, you know, fun little game here and there, but it's usually like Tetris 99 or maybe Clone Drone or some weird thing I come up with. And then Mondays is movies. So there hasn't been a lot of space for a real deep dive into a game. And I'm looking at my Steam at PowerWash Simulator right now. Played it for 44.2 hours. And the only excuse I can give is it's so comforting. In a world of so much discomfort, it brings comfort, which is why I think I've fallen in love with it. And they've announced Back to the Future content, which is like, well, you obviously want me to stay. I wanted to throw my computer at my stupid science teacher because he said we would have a test on Friday about stuff from last year. That does seem a little fucked up. I mean, I haven't been in school for a while now. I'd rather not get into how long. But I haven't been to school in quite some time. It does seem like a pretty shitty move to... It seems like a pretty shitty move to be like, hey, so I know that you've spent probably the last 2.5, 3 months, not thinking about this shit at all. You've probably memorized some video games and some movies. Well, welcome back to that process. I know you might want to. You might think that we want to like slowly roll you into schoolwork again. That's incorrect. We're gonna be coming at you hard and fast with some immediate tests and homework to test what you remember from last year. I know I'd be pretty pissed because I'd be like, the answer is nothing. Like, I'm not an unintelligent person, but I do know if I got distracted by my phone. I'm not an unintelligent person, but I do know that if I've spent the last 2 months, especially thinking about how I was then, I would playing probably the original Red Dead Redemption and Guitar Hero. Like, I know how to play all these songs on Expert in Guitar Hero. And I could tell you the name of every character that I interacted with in Red Dead Redemption over the last 3 weeks. But I don't remember shit regarding your subject because I haven't been using it at all. I've been using my summer brain. It's going to take a while for school brain to get here. I mean, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. Well, what else? Before we get into the power washing, is there anything else we need to discuss? Yeah. That's how church goes, right? The priest or the pastor gets up there, talks about some stuff. He's like, anything else? Got any requests? Any requests out there? I guess prayer requests. Last year my science teacher didn't teach us shit except how to juggle. And now you're asking me to put formulas to use. So the answer is yes. I think you would enjoy Baldur's Gate 3 whether you play it or stream it or not. I would also highly recommend the previous games, but that might be my nostalgia talking. I miss D&D. I miss like just role playing, like tabletop role playing. Juggling is an important skill until robots learn how to do it, and then we don't have to do it ourselves. Which I know is at the top of their list for robotics. We gotta teach these things how to juggle. Anyway, we gotta get to this game, you know? We gotta get to this game. We can continue the conversation about role-playing, school, bitch-ass English teachers. Good news, I thought, though, I still have the same lab partner. Well, that's good. You always want to run with the same crew. You always want to run with the same crew. I swear, like, this game seems to reset every time I go use it. Oh, that's right, we're cleaning the Helter Skelter. We're cleaning that Helter Skelter. Kind of dug science classes. Those are usually the classes you get to do things rather than just listen to some teacher talk. That is true. That is very true. Also, that one song by that one band. forget their name. I think they were bugs or something. Alright, I cleaned that carousel. Also, when I was watching something, I played a little bit of this game with just the intention of getting some of the achievements. And I got the achievement for the carousel, which was literally clean the entire carousel with it running the entire time. And oh boy, is that a frustrating thing to do. When you're trying to clean a horse that just keeps moving, and you're like, oh my god, will you stop? I want you to stop. Helter Skelter seems like a very ominous name to call this thing. Yesterday, I mentioned that I didn't do anything at all, really. I hung out with my dad a little bit, and we watched just an ungodly amount of Survivor. He really got into Survivor. Started watching with him. Not gonna lie, got wrapped up in it. It's a horrible show with horrible people doing horrible things to each other, and then awarding one of the horrible people $1 million for being horrible. And makes me sad for humanity, but it's delightfully entertaining to watch the decline of humanity in a game show. You got yesterday's Wordle in 1? Well, hot damn. Guy over here is kicking ass. Never got it in 1. I have got it in 2 before, which I felt pretty proud of. That has happened for me, and it feels pretty darn good. Feels pretty darn good to get it in 2. I also played it on the stream, but I also enjoyed getting the Quirtle in a sequence. I think we were talking about Survival last week and how it's incredibly staged, which would have broken my heart to know as a kid. I don't think it's staged necessarily. I mean, it's heavily edited, but that's every television show that's ever existed. But like, I mean, how do I say it? It's like, it's a show about deceit. It's a show about lies, right? And it's also a show about drama. So all of these people have to, in a sense, lie and cheat each other, and then at the end, you have to appeal to those people that you've lied and cheated to defeat, and go, yeah, but I lied and cheated the best. And that's the person that usually wins. Like, there's never a person that just plays a open and honest game, does a good job, and then gets to the end and goes, but like, I was honest with you all, and I did a good job, and then they actually give them the money. It's always like, hey, I was a bastard to everybody, and I lied, and I swore on my kids, and my job, and everything to get you to believe me, and then I was lying, ha ha ha, and, you know, I screwed you over. And then they go, you know what? They did do that. Let's give them money. That kind of behavior really deserves $1 million reward. And they always do the excuse of, well, that's the game. That's the game. And you're like, yeah, okay, so the game is being a complete fucking asshat to each other. I guess that's a game I don't want to win? Question mark? It's like, oh, but it's $1 million. And it's like, yeah, but it's also being a toolbox to everybody you know on national television. But then they always go, yeah, but I got $1 million. Like, well, congratulations. No fall damage past tense. That's something they teach you in I guess accreditation. Like, I don't know what it takes to become a power washer, but when you're going through the program for power washing, they teach you how to land without taking any fall damage. They have those safety things, like power washers when they're on cranes and what. They just have that to make other people feel better. They don't actually need it. It's not out yet. I just put up that advertisement to show that I picked a good game. I should have been more clear, but I was so excited when they announced the DeLorean. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. That's some day one shit. I get to clean the DeLorean. I get to get all the frost and muck off of it after their experiment at Twin Pines Mall. You came to see a DeLorean? You want to see a DeLorean? Will that suffice? Will that suffice, past tense? There. Hold on. Oh, shit. Wonder why that one... That works. The mechanism for the wheel looks so good here and terrible everywhere else. Once Lego started in... Not DeLorean. Dad jokes. Anyway, what was I talking about before that? Oh yeah, Survivor. Because there are people on Survivor who lay low, bide their time, sometimes win the challenges, you know, excel in other ways, are decent to the people they're playing with, and then when they get to the end and they have to appeal to the jury of the people who are going to vote as to who wins $1 million, there's just always this moment where they go, well, what did you really do? And it's like, I didn't lie to you and treat you like shit. Yeah, but that's how you win the game. And at no point do these people who did a good enough job to get there go, I'm in the finals and you aren't. So I think the way I played led to me getting closer to victory than you. So we can sit here and talk about my gameplay all you want, but I'm here and you're over there. But I don't know. People acting like douches, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like people acting like assholes and getting rewarded for it. It bothers me. The railing is now clean. I'm past my probation period. I'm staying on that job. They like me. Well, good. They didn't find out about your hardcore heroin addiction. That's good to know. You tricked another employer, past tense. Good job. I swear you wouldn't bring that up. Oh, man. I'm happy for you. You tricked another one. Speaking of other good news, probably right after this stream, because I didn't do a darn thing yesterday, NYPD Blue Balls is coming back to podcast platforms. It took a break because basically everybody involved with Blue Balls was either moving or helping someone move, and it became more and more difficult to keep it all together. So it took a little break. It's coming back this month. More NYPD Blue Balls. Gonna finish up Season 7, the first full Sorensen year, which I know you guys are wondering, what are our thoughts? And our thoughts are, Sorensen is not as good as Jimmy Smits, but I think we could have all figured that by just watching Ricky Schroeder act for like 4 seconds. And, you know, you might say, hey, you know, that's not a nice thing to say about actors. They're all working as hard as they can, you know. It's about writing as well. But Ricky Schroeder is an alt-right asshole, so we're allowed to make fun of his shitty acting, because he's an asshole. Ooh, you got a small raise. Nice. Hey, I'd say being able to convincingly hide a heroin addiction from a potential employer is a whole skill on its own. Actors are absolutely not at all working as hard as they can. Some don't need to try at all. Some, yes, some I agree. I gotta switch over to stubby gun. Alright. Actors are absolutely not at all... Oh, you already said that. Sorry. Some actors are given 110%. And the ones that don't make the big bucks are. For sure. Because they need to eat. Also, we were speaking about, Ricky Schroeder was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. One could say multiple silver spoons, Shadow. Oh, man. Yeah, and I mean, if you were on the Discord, you probably may have seen that podcast I really, really enjoy on occasion. Sometimes I don't like the episode, but, you know, not everybody's perfect. The podcast How Did This Get Made did an episode of they did a movie that had Jimmy Smits in it, and one of the comedians made a Blue Balls joke, an NYPD Blue Balls joke. And I was like, well, isn't that interesting? Making a joke that we made. Boom. Door cleaned. Stop. underside of the roof is included? That's dumb. Kirk, you were a victim of a bowl cut? I've had bowl cuts before, yeah. Are you referring to the Asher Brothers podcast artwork? Of my brother and myself when we were youngins? Wearing just the height of 90s fashion? I guess the height of 90s children's fashion? Ah, jeez. When you were little, Deedles. Yes, and as you know, Deedles is the term we use for brothers here at Kirk Has Glasses. There are no brothers, there are Deedles. And you know what? We don't want to be gender exclusive. Sisters also, it's Deedles. We have no brothers or sisters, we have Deedles. If I was going to use that trick that other streaming people do, which is they rename the viewers of their stream, which is like cult behavior, straight up. And it's based on psychology, and they all do it because it leads to more money, and it's pretty gross. Anyway, if I were to do that, we'd all be Deedles. Mostly so that when people ask, like, where's that from? Then it sends them down the rabbit hole of that terrible Disney movie. That I can't seem to get rid of. Keep bringing it back in like a dead animal carcass for my owners. What am I even saying? So it's the Asher Deedles podcast? In theory, yes. It would be hilarious if I did that once and then told my brother, because he hates that movie. And he was upset that I told him to watch it. He was genuinely pretty mad that I was like, he's like, what was that dumb movie you watched? I was like, oh, Meet the Deedles? And he's like, yeah, that's the movie. And then and then he was just texting me how angry he was. Kirk, this movie is terrible. No, it isn't. This movie's sweet. No, this movie is terrible. The Asher Deedles. Damn it, I wish we had an episode talking about that movie and I could have called the title of that episode that. Now I can't. It's impossible. Kirk, you're going to a baseball game today. Doja Cat recently called her fans weirdos for calling themselves kittens, which I respect her for. Good on Doja Cat. I don't know their work, but good on them. It's a mental trick. It's a psychological trick. Here you are, you magnificent piece of shit. Boom, got your ass. Fifth tier panels. Also, what game are you going to? I get to see my uncle get mad at whose team. I guess that is the most entertaining part of going to a sporting event with family. Oh shit, look at this. Oh, it's probably the top part. Son of a bitch. Stupid. Oh, wait, can I grab it from here? Oh, crap. Holy crap. Which one is it? That one? What in the world? We're gonna try for it. We're gonna try for it. Aha! Is it true everyone drinks warm beer and eats baseball branded hot dogs at those games? Oh, pretty much. It's the only thing you can do to pass the time because you're so bored. Once again, this is my opinion of baseball, but Jiminy Christmas, how boring is that shit? Fourth tier ring frame. We got some fourth tier ring frame shit not happening here. No fall damage. That's how you feel about all sports ever. I like watching sports because I like seeing my uncle get mad at them. It's entertaining. 1 second here. Increasing the height of the desk so that I can adjust my chair. Did I get the fourth tier? No. Oh wait, fourth tier panels. And fourth tier panels are not good. Ones you can't even see. How convenient. Hold on, let's see if I can transfer slide. Oh. Clean as a top-down shit that I'm not gonna be able to see, probably. I'd rather play them than watch them. I think I've mentioned it before. I enjoy basketball. I enjoy watching basketball. I think that's a fun time. I can enjoy watching hockey, but I'll be honest, like, sometimes I feel woefully ignorant about how hockey works. But I think it's a very entertaining game to watch. Boom. second tier? Your second tier panels are having problems. Son of a bitch, it's not the button I wanted to hit. I'd rather watch sports. Goonies are in theater this weekend. Oh, shit. I was talking about how, not on here, but I was talking about how it's interesting that, what in the fuck am I missing here? There we go, jeez. Is it the one on this side too? Or is it just one? Side frames. Side frames or slide frames? It would help if I read it. Okay, there's one right there. Cheese them. Isn't there like a movie? I vaguely remember. Isn't there like a movie where a guy put faces on like sporks and random objects and then made a movie? Or am I thinking about Thumb Wars? I think that's what I must be thinking of. That classic piece of cinema. Okay, so I'm looking for one slide frame. There you are, you son of a bitch. Boom. Panel lights first. One of the channel lights. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? That slippery bastard. There you are. There you are. We were talking about hiding a crippling addiction from your employer. I was while I was doing something else, I think I was building a Lego set or something, I threw on Intervention, and there was one with a gentleman who had a straight up 9-to-5 job in finance and then would leave that job and then just get absolutely obliterated drunk all the time and get into fights. And it was very much a, how the hell does this dude have this job and holds it, you know, holds it all together? Like, how? It doesn't even make no sense. Oh, don't fall. Don't fall. 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 Don't fall. ones are we missing? This is one of them. These, 2 of these. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna need the. Okay, that's. Boom. Okay. Oh no! 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 Do not! No! We can do it. We can do it without falling. We don't need. Take no for an answer. No. Oh, son of a bitch. Some people are able to separate work and leisure, I guess. Yeah, this dude, it was shocking. It was absolutely shocking. Because it's like, I mean, there's functioning alcoholics, right? And functioning drug addicts. And I get that. But it's also like, with how bad it was, you know, people knew about it. You know what I'm saying? Sure, it's probably. Haha, I knew it. Oh, that wasn't enough. Aha! Job complete! Look at that helter skelter. Went down the slide. Boom. I'm sure the developers answered, but I'm wondering why they decided to not include the scaffolding. Because that just looks like your character floats. Oh, shit. We got a private jet to clean? What? Cool. Perfect timing. As you can see, I've encountered a few issues with my private jet. But when it comes from flying too close to the sun, or in this case, a volcano, and the ocean, after your application and discretion with my excavation drill, I know you're exactly who I want on the job. As you'll discover, my jet is not without its idiosyncrasies. I trust you'll be your usual discreet self in return for an excellent rate. Clip clap! You're gonna love the mayor's house. Didn't I already see the mayor's house? Wasn't it just covered in eggs and graffiti? What's happening? Clip clap. Looks like this jet might have a penis. It's a laser? Why does this jet have a laser, dude? I know you don't pay me to ask questions, but I am concerned. Of course, we're cleaning the laser first, because why wouldn't you? AC unit is broken. Well, that is not good news. You gotta drink a lot of water, obviously. Try to get some airflow into the residence. Why did they have to label this? A warning laser. Why did you do that? Some people would stupidly think it's just part of the aircraft. But when you put warning laser, like that's just a smoking gun. Section. Boom, we got the laser, good. Now what part of the laser mount am I missing? Good news, it's only 75 in the house today. Bad news, it'll be upper 90s till Tuesday. Well, Ian, you know, we gotta take the good with the bad, but that sounds bad. Wait, you're rich enough you're not gonna get a license for anything, my dear son? When you're rich enough, you can get a license for anything. Get this area cleaned up a little bit. Just highlight the laser we got here. There we go. There we go. Landing gear here. Dun, dun. Alrighty. Gosh. Man, we had a lot of people come in and out today. I don't know if anyone's if they've all stuck around, but man, cool to see everybody coming by. I appreciate it. Maybe it's the weekend because they have an extra extra Monday off. They're like, hey, come by the stream, say hello, and get back to my weekend of partying. Doing cocaine and Jello shots. I don't know what people do on long weekends. I play video games and watch movies on long weekends. Nice stopping by. Gotta go take Jello shots. And Clip Clap, you know, I don't know. Maybe you're turning up this weekend. All I know is I gotta take care of the underside of this plane first. I don't want this to be the last thing. After I take care of the underside, I'll see if I can buy anything. Jello shots, the hell are those? Bit early over there for shots, isn't it? Felix, it's never too early for shots. It's never too early for alcohol. Especially for an alcoholic. Yeah, Jello shots. I think my siblings and I made that one. Jello shots are a way to get drunk faster because they take the idea of a shot of vodka and they put it in a gelatin situation. So it seems like, oh, we're just having fun, eating some nice childhood treat, when really you're getting fucked up on vodka. Because getting drunk has to be presented in an interesting way, because getting drunk for the sake of it seems wrong. But when you package it in fun ways, like the Irish car bomb, like Jello shots, funny name shots, when you do that, then we're having fun. We're not just inebriating ourselves. We're having a good time. Door? Next door. I bought sangria slushy mix from the state fair a few days ago. If you take like a shot, won't you choke on it? No, you slurp and then eat the jello. It's like if you had a really tiny snack pack and you don't have a spoon, so you just use your tongue. And I've only had jello shots like once. And the person who made them, I don't remember who it was. I think they included like fruit in it, which was an interesting decision. Not saying it was bad, just saying it was an interesting decision. I didn't hate them. I didn't hate jello shots. But I do find it very funny how people get what they're drinking. Like the women who just will destroy an entire bottle of wine and be like, okay, well, I'm not like the idiots crushing brews. I think I made them, but I was underage, so I couldn't try it. Yeah, drinking was such a taboo thing in my household that, like, once I was able to drink, I was like, I just don't see myself doing this very often. Like, now that I'm of age, I can and give it a shot, and I don't dig drinking as much as, anti-gravity booster. Is this the fucking, like, Avengers jet? Vortex generator? How would I know what this shit is? That's kind of the funny thing. Like the idea that my my little power washing character is like actually like a super genius engineer, so they know this shit as they're cleaning it. Irish coffee? I haven't had Irish coffee, but that seems like it'd be fun. I do want at some point in my life, because I haven't done this before, because my bachelor, not my bachelor, I'm not married, my 21st birthday, I did drink, like, I partied hard with my brother, who made the point, he's like, this is your 21st birthday, my goal is to get you as drunk as humanly possible without dying. That is my job as a big brother for your 21st birthday, that is what we're doing. And it made sense. But, like, I've never done that since then, and I remember when I used to live with some homies, I said one day, I was like, I need to get irresponsibly drunk one of these days, because I just don't do it very often. Kirk, that Jello, that was Jello salad at a family reunion. You weren't drunk either. You tried to fight your cousins anyway. Look, Shadow, I don't need you airing out my business. Brohas? That's fine. Boom. Imagine you're keen to learn some of the specifications of the jet. Yeah, like what are you doing with it? Fighting sober is better anyway. You can throw more accurate punches. I have not been in a fight drunk. Um, I do believe, because there is that, I don't know if it's a theory, but they say that there's like 4 types of drunks. And one of them, basically their personality doesn't change, and I'm that. I just get a little slower, and therefore more self-conscious about how slow I'm going. But I don't like, I get very worried about slurring, so I like try to make a clear effort that I want to, that I don't want to slur. Static wick. I was wondering why I wasn't doing half of the wing when I was getting the underside, and it's because there's a little bit of a tip there, a little bit of a wing tip. Brother said when I turn 21, he's buying Jack Daniel's Blue Label, so he can make me a Jack and Coke. When I turned 21, first thing I did is I had a beer with my dad and my brother, and that's when I learned that beer is not going to be my drink. I don't get it. You know, you can have your things, you can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy, and you know, be who you want to be. But beer, I don't get it. There's some beers that I've enjoyed in my life, but there's not a whole lot of them. Anyways, what in the fuck am I missing with this fuselage wiring? But my roommates at the time, when I turned 21, because they knew that basically when I was like 20, because I started school a little bit early, not a lot, like by a couple months. So everybody was turning 21 before me, and they were like, "Are you sure you don't want anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I never really drank before anyway, so I'm cool." And then once I realized, like, oh wow, I've literally never had a drink before, I'll just wait till I'm 21 because that seems like a rarity nowadays. No like moral thing about it, just like, no, wait till 21. Who cares? So I did, and when I turned 21, that also meant everybody else was already 21. So they were like, okay, well, you gotta try this, you gotta try this. And everybody knew that I really liked Coca-Cola. So my roommate, first mixed drink made for me was a Jack and Coke. And I remember drinking it and going, they've somehow made Coke more delicious? And then I got pretty drunk on that and something somebody called like Stump Water, which was basically just pink lemonade mix and vodka at dangerously high levels. And I got a little drunk, and then they left me to my devices, including getting into my lofted bed without any help or a ladder when I was very, very, very drunk. Yeah. I thought it was pretty darn good. Pretty delicious, pretty tasty, and it'll get you drunk. It'll get you drunk pretty fast if you're not careful. Trying to notice these little lines in this wing, which makes me wonder if I got the lines in the other wing. Ooh, Sprite? There's got to be at least like a couple dozen Sprite-based drinks, because Sprite is a pretty mixable drink, so I'm sure there's a ton of drinks for Sprite. That is really something I did not realize about drinking. Because it's the legal drug. Because it's been legal for so long and people had to get creative with their drinking, because you can't just drink because then you're an alcoholic, but if you gussy it up, it's something else. So there are mixed drinks for everything. Every kind of flavor, every kind of situation, every type of season of life, or like just straight up the 4 seasons. Like, there are drinks for everything, and drinking games for every type of occasion. And it's Squirt is good. Squirt is a good mixer. Also, I think Squirt's just a good drink. Cactus Cooler as well. I think Cactus Cooler is a pretty good drink, period, but I think it mixes well with alcoholic beverages. This song is a pretty kick-ass drop. Ecto Cooler, bro. Ecto Cricket Cooler. Oh, you know people were mixing that shit with alcoholic beverages. A whole bunch. Probably really good, too. I think Mountain Dew is also a pretty intense mixer. But one thing I would suggest, as someone who, you know, at some point will be starting their drinking life, not soon, but when you do, Ecto Cooler was a soda that was produced in at the same time as Ghostbusters was popular. And I can't even describe it, because I don't even remember exactly what the taste is supposed to be. But I do remember it just being really good. And it was one of those things, like, anytime that there's a popular piece of culture, pop culture, obviously, but anytime there's, like, a piece of pop culture, they have to make, like, breakfast cereal and, like, sodas and shit out of it. And most of the time it's terrible, but then one time they hit just perfectly, and that was Ecto Cooler. Although this jet looks superficially like any other, it's far from it. Its fuselage is made of a graphite matrix that is lighter than air, but stronger than steel. Did Andrew Ryan make this fucking jet? It also can withstand the pressures of the deepest parts of the ocean. Not only can it reach a speed of 888 miles per hour, but it's also technically the world's largest pencil. Oh, because it was made of graphite. Thanks, okay. Realize I gotta come back, take care of the bottom side of the back half, but we're good. We're good. Take care of this real quick. Alright, so we're pretty much clean of the bottom over now. I also gotta clean this shit. Just an orange high C juice box. That's right. I thought it was a soda. I just remember digging it like crazy. I was also heavily into soda. Half. Not even at half. I said when I finish the underside, I'm going to check to see if I can pay for more accessories. Everyone likes orange juice. Hey Shadow, what about Sunny D? You ever mess with Sunny D? I didn't really enjoy it. I remember my brother really liking Sunny D, which was basically like fake orange juice. Like I don't even know how you describe Sunny D. It was not orange juice, and I thought it sucked. It's like orange juice how Yoo-Hoo is not chocolate milk. It's like orange drink, but not orange soda. I kind of want to get to 50%. It's technically the underside. Boom. Little rods on the back of this thing. Got them. Alrighty. Underside, underside. I don't know why, but static wick. That makes me laugh. Wick. Makes me imagine a John Wick with electricity powers. when they bring them into a superhero universe. Alrighty. Over 50%. Let's take a look at the shop. Oh no, we already got that. We need equipment. Alrighty. Gosh, why is everything so frickin' expensive? I feel like I don't even use this at all. So I'll spend 12 hundo for an extension. Oh, damn. Forget about it. That is easy peasy. Yeah, I definitely had too much soda as a kid. I think that's probably why I have, like, intense anxiety. And I fidget like a crazy person. I love me some Coca-Cola, buddy. Love me some caffeine, some sugar. I remember, I don't know if it was with past tense or who exactly, but I remember having a conversation with one homie, and I was like, I wonder if I actually have like a caffeine, what's the word? The word is right there. I'm gonna remember it eventually. Shit. Oh my gosh, the stupid word. Like, I wondered if I had a caffeine, my mother never let me touch soda as a kid. Now I'm a complete Diet Coke addict. Not addiction, sensitivity. I think maybe it's possible I had a caffeine sensitivity, but it just never acknowledged it. And, like, I just kept drinking caffeine, thinking it wasn't doing anything, but actually it was contributing to my intense anxiety and whatnot. Say, Dirt Finder, if you can discreetly find your way over to the mansion as soon as possible, I'd sure appreciate it. Oh, they mess up the laser gun situated under the fuselage used to use my compound. It's like plasmatizes the air. Consequently, the beam reaches upwards of 3 million degrees Fahrenheit on a hot day. Any Christmas. Why would you tell me this? I feel like you'd have to give me an NDA and tell me you'll discredit me as a pressure washer if I ever tell anybody about this. Bluesy. Little bluesy church music. Damn, this is some reach. But I definitely don't deny, Felix, that I have a caffeine addiction. I mean, when you can't go a day without it or a headache, then you got a problem. So it's not so much addiction as it is physical dependence. I have a physical dependence on caffeine. Son of a bitch. Oh, wow. That is far. Have to get up there eventually. Which, I mean, that was by design. Not in, like, a complete, like, governmental conspiracy, but just in a societal one where it's like, if we're dependent on caffeine, we're dependent on something that makes us work faster and longer and stay awake longer. If we were dependent on, say, different type of substance, I don't know exactly which one, but we'd work a lot less. Question things more. I believe it was, what's that comedian's name? Bill something. Gonna kill me too. But he was a comedian / like society commentator. Basically said, look, the reason mushrooms and weed are illegal is because when you're on them, you question everything and you want to be at peace, and that doesn't make anybody any money. So make it illegal. No, it wasn't Cosby. It wasn't Cosby. And I'm not trying to do the, like, I knew back then, because I didn't know. I was a child. But I do find it crazy that, like, Bill Cosby, like, wasn't a big thing in my household. Like, we weren't, like, really big, like, Cosby heads. My dad, I believe, mentioned, like, oh, Bill Cosby was always funny. Like, we had no, like, we never said something like, oh, he's not funny. That never happened. But we just didn't focus on him as much as George Carlin or other comedians. So, like, when all that shit came out, I was like, oh, that sucks, but, you know, we'll get over it. And then I realized, like, oh, his cultural impact is pretty huge. Did not realize that. That changes a lot of opinions about the dude. How much of this plane am I going to get clean before I get on top of it? That is a wonderful question. Alrighty. I say growing up means watching all of your childhood comedians, or in Gen Z's case, your childhood YouTubers go to jail. Well, I think the lesson, the lesson, because Felix, a lot of my musical heroes. Whoa, I did not mean to take that. A lot of my musical heroes have turned out to be monsters. And growing up, for me, was finding out that basically the second you get power of any kind, like no matter how minuscule that power is. You have to actively work to not let it corrupt you, or you're gonna be a dick in some way, shape, or form. Like there's no way around it. Like the concept absolute power corrupts absolutely. But it applies to like even the smallest bit of power. The assistant manager, if you will. Like the shift manager. The lead singer of a band. The guitarist of a popular band. The comedian with a small following. If you are not actively attempting or actively challenging your perception of yourself, your perception of your fans, your perception of how important you believe you are, if you're not doing that, you're gonna end up doing shitty things to people. Because eventually it's, well, I am important because of A, B, and C, and I want to do this, and I, and me, and what I do, and who I am. And nobody is that important. Like, even with history, like, well, one, history is written by the winners, but two, like, history gets corrupted and changed all the time. Like, a lot of our heroes were not that great of guys. They just did certain things at the right time, and they erased everything else. Of, like, you're not actively trying to make sure that you're not turning into a dick the second you get, like, power. You're gonna end up using it to do shitty things. And maybe not, like, illegally shitty things. Like, it's perfectly fair to say, like, well, I'm not gonna go commit crimes. Yeah. But you can still be a dick to people. That's why I keep this stream low, so I never have to worry. Thank you for everybody for being here. I truly appreciate you being here. I don't want to ever abuse you or use you. I just want to have a good time and possibly entertain. But man, I just think we need to stop being shocked by it turning out that the people that make things we love, because we've given them a little bit of power, suddenly abuse it. Obviously, going that fast through the air generates a lot of hate. Well, obviously Blake Thrust was not a porn star. Once landed, it's possible to cook a beef for... Oh, wow. Uncultured swine, I don't even know how to say it. On its wings less than 3 minutes. Holy shit. That's a fast beef. Take that back. Barf and Lone Star are the heroes that can do no wrong. He's talking about Spaceballs. Fictional heroes can do no wrong, yes. I agree. That's one of the reasons one of the reasons we stick to our fantasy and our science fiction and whatnot. Because those people cannot be corrupted. World has where is... There's a section on this vertical stabilizer that has just not been touched yet. What is it? Because it's bothering the hell out of me. Oh, is it this thing? Oh, it must be that. Technically, it's part of it, so... Okay. Alright. Okay. Bartholomew. Also, he's not a person. Isn't he like an alien? technically. And the woman who plays the lead in that movie also plays the female lead in The Fly 2. And that movie is interesting. I'll say interesting. It's interesting. I don't know if it's bad, but I can't say in good conscience it's good. A Mog. Fly 2, 2 Fly. Well, The Fly 2 also stars Eric Stoltz, which, because of my love for Back to the Future, I immediately have, like, an eyebrow raised if you mention Eric Stoltz or you have him in a movie. I liked him in Some Kind of Wonderful, but hearing about how he was a dick on the set of Back to the Future is like, bro, there's a reason they got rid of your ass. And then made one of the greatest films of human history. And I'm so glad they made it without you, because then we would have never got the sequels. It wouldn't be the cultural juggernaut that it is. Because you, sir, are no Marty McFly. Yeah, and the guy who plays Biff, like, fucking buries you. It's like, that guy's a nice guy. He seems to get along with everybody, seems to be super dope. When that guy goes, yeah, Eric Stoltz is kind of an asshole, you go, okay, well, then Eric Stoltz is probably an asshole. I kind of wish I bought that frame yesterday, but I have no room for it. Oh, Back to the Future. Back to the Future. One of the best. And seems like a movie that might escape the reboot. Like, it might escape it. I know Marty McFly says it's kind of inevitable, but I do think that Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale have something kind of in writing where it's like, yeah, you can't just do it when we're gone either. And that is awesome, because don't remake Back to the Future. Don't do it. Like, just keep one thing. I know I couldn't prevent the Wonka one. That was going to happen no matter what. But Back to the Future, like, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do it. You can just let it go. You can let it be what it is forever. And it'll work because it's a snapshot of that time. You don't need to make another one. You don't need to make a sequel. You don't need to do it. And I know my brother and I, back on the Asher Deedles podcast days, we pitched our idea if there would be a sequel, but it has nothing to do with the Back to the Future shit that they would want to remake. It'd have to do with the characters that Back to the Future created, which to me are infinitely more interesting if you really wanted to explore them. But, you know, I know no studios wants to talk to me, and I know Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis aren't looking for sequel ideas. because in their mind, if we had a sequel, we would have made it already, and that's right. It's their baby. They have better ideas than me. They're better filmmakers than me. I don't make anything other than this. This isn't film. I'm pretending to be a power washer. Digitally. While talking about movies. I'm making movies. Back to the Future. I know, Felix, you mentioned in the Discord that you got to rewatch it. I'm like, yeah, dude. I welcome the inevitable reboot of Back to the Future. It'll be hilarious when the actors stare directly into the camera and wink. You go, get it? You get it? Do you know? You get what we're doing here? Isn't this fun? Well, like Shadow, because you're a critique, or a critic, who critiques movies. And we have very different opinions on movies. The only idea of a Back to the Future sequel / reboot that I think would be worth the time and would actually be very interesting from a sci-fi perspective would be to do a movie about Doc Brown's kids. Jules and Vern Brown, and what it's like to be children who, by all intents and purposes and all part of the space-time continuum, should not exist. It is the child of a woman who should have died in 1885 that was it Marty McFly you say it? Well, no, Marty and Doc save, and then Doc falls in love with and has children with, but those kids shouldn't exist. They don't exist. They shouldn't exist in time. They are... So what happens when those kids grow up and become adults and then are basically told, like, you can't really interact with anyone? Because they have to interact with people. It's part of life. So it's like, what happens? Like, how do they manage existence? Because they can't take any, they can't have normal relationships, like romantic relationships, because they are potentially ending lines of existence. They can't just, like, go out and talk to people because that may change the events that alter all of history. Doc Brown's kids go back in time to prevent Bill and Ted 3. Also a good idea. Oh, yeah. But, I mean, we've mentioned before, and by we I mean myself to you on this stream, but great movies are kind of by accident, right? Like, it's just a combination of things coming together just in perfect harmony. And Back to the Future has that in spades, and one of the best examples is the DeLorean. It is a cool-looking vehicle, right? Perfect cool-looking vehicle for 1985. It's also a completely impractical vehicle that people don't actually want to have, and a company that, like, went under. But its cultural impact of being the DeLorean from Back to the Future made it singularly a part of that that movie, right? It's not the same movie if it's not that vehicle. And that vehicle, no offense to DeLoreans, no one even thinks about that vehicle unless there's Back to the Future. And the whole concept of not the whole concept, but the whole impact of the movie changes if you went with a different vehicle. The whole vibe of the movie changes if you go with a different vehicle. The movie itself changes if it's not a vehicle anymore, right? I don't know. Like, every piece of Back to the Future comes together perfectly. Fucking Leah Thompson, dude. Leah fucking Thompson in that movie. Playing Marty's mom. And in the beginning, you're like, yeah, that's a mom and several kids, and they're scraping by, and they're all living at home, and she has regrets, and she's obviously drinking and smoking. And then you see Leah Thompson when she's supposed to be in high school, and you're like, God damn. God damn. And you have to have this moment where you're like, that's that dude's mom, though. And she's hitting on him, which is weird. You're like, where's this going? It's uncomfortable, but also kind of weirdly funny. And then you see his dad, who's a fucking disaster. It's just such a... Oh, God, it's such a good movie. Now I want to watch Back to the Future. Why did we start talking about Back to the Future? Who'd you have more of a childhood crush on, Leah Thompson or Elizabeth Shue? Surprisingly, my appreciation for them in terms of romance did not begin in childhood. I watched Back to the Future and just enjoyed the, like, adventure of it. I didn't think about romance at all with Back to the Future. My first childhood crushes were the character Fee from the show So Weird. Anybody? Anybody in the cheap seats? Anybody know what I'm talking about? So Weird. Show that's basically X-Files for kids. But yeah, Fee from So Weird took the first crown. I think there was a character in the Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks series that I was kind of super attracted to and didn't really realize what was going on. Yeah, So Weird was a Disney Channel production. It was just flagrantly child X-Files. It was child X-Files with a bent about the internet because she had a blog before blogs were like the shit. Also, I think... Oh, yeah, Tawny from Even Stevens. Tawny from Even Stevens was up there. Landing gear bay. Missing a bay. Oh my gosh, how dirty this bay is. Like a bay of pigs. Historical puns. Elevators. The elevator. Where are those? In the world are elevators. Erie, Indiana takes the cake for good weird kid shows. I never watched Erie, Indiana. I was always watching So Weird. I made it to Starbucks to get coffee. I'll walk back home. Hot damn. Solange wiring. So one of them... Oh, this thing doesn't even look like it was attempted to be cleaned. Okay. Where's the other one? The only show I watched in that vein was Archie's Weird Mysteries. Never heard of such a show. I got the stars, some reward challenge. You get free coffee next time. Well, congratulations. Enjoy that free coffee next time. Not this time. This time you paid, but next time. That coffee's gonna be free, baby. What the heck? Get up the ladder. Get up the ladder. Okay, so I got fuselage wiring, and an elevator, but I have no idea where the elevators are. Archie comic spinoff, Supernatural. It's like Scooby-Doo, but less formulaic. I mean, all right. Well, Clip Clap, enjoy your walk home. Hopefully I'll be streaming when you get there. I don't know how long it takes you to get to your home from the Starbucks. Where's the fuselage? Does any? Just gotta start fucking shooting this thing with water and hope I get it. Probably 40 minutes? Hot damn. It's a long ass walk, dude. For some coffee. Okay, well let's try this elevator. What is the elevator? I assume it's talking about with a wheel. But I'm finding out that I'm wrong. Where's there an elevator on a plane? Is it the... Gotta get my steps in and some vitamin D. Well, you go get that vitamin D. Where is the... Wait a minute. What? You dick. What? Sons? Get up there. Can it make it happen? You dream it. You can do it. Stupid. Now fuselage wiring. That's the only thing I have left. I have no idea where it is. Oh, are you kidding? You son of a bitch. Coffee is chock full of that D. Alright, did the bottom side, did the bottom side, did the sides. Sides from the ground, did the top. Alright. Another exemplary example of power washing. I must admit I was skeptical of your prospects of cleaning stains created at such high temperatures, but once again you've exceeded my expectations. So I'm exceeding yours. Feel free to use this hanger for any larger odd jobs that you might pick up in the future. I don't know why I did it in that voice, but I did. Alrighty. Clean the frolic boat. Dirt finder, as you may, are you as mesmerized by the principle of Jesus? I am. There's barely a day that goes by where I don't undertake some kind of minor water park displacement experiment. Today, I'm seeing what happens when I pack all my worldly goods into a frolic boat and take it down the river's place. I've granted you full access to my property to assist the clean, which will be rescinded following my removal of the final flag. Appreciate it if we kept this between ourselves. I don't want anyone to get a ridiculous idea that I'm skipping town. I feel like something's going on here. Something sneaky, suspicious. Sus, as the kids say. Alright, got some messages here and there. Alright. The frolic boat. Looks like he's about to take some kids down a chocolate river, if you ask me. That sounded way worse than I wanted it to. I want everyone to understand that what I was referring to was the scene in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory where Gene Wilder takes the kids down a chocolate river in a boat. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Hey, it's Harper. What on earth's going on in Muckingham? Yes, I too finally remember that scene. A good scene. Good, it's a good, First one is the town with no cats. Is there not really a single cat left? Well, I'm not a huge fan of cats, so I don't really care. Magnificus. What a name for your frickin' boat. Little gold trim clean there. And the next accessory is $900, so I can scoop that up. Also, it's another children being forced to go down Willy Wonka's chocolate river. Also, good reminder that I do play this on my free time sometimes, but I never play the main story, and I use it just to get a little bit of money to get these accessories. Every time I go to a new level in the game, it is on stream. Also, I've noticed, like, I don't even hear it at all. I'm opting to listen while I walk. Well, thank you, Clip Clap. I appreciate it. Enjoy your walk. Hopefully I don't make you giggle to yourself and look like a madman while walking by yourself. And they don't think, like, what the hell is that guy laughing at? Is he crazy? Did I lock, like, my dogs inside? Is that crazy guy gonna do something to my animals? He's over there laughing like a loon. Which I don't want to assume is everybody's reaction to my show. But I made myself laugh pretty hard. And really, if you're not pleasing yourself... Today's stream is full of interesting events. experiences. Also read in the Daily Opinion that the mayor's water pipeline is just the tip of the iceberg. So this game is really about political corruption. This does look a little bit like that boat from Willy Wonka. Where the character murders children on screen, but he's had them sign a document, so it's totally A-okay. Only 22% done. A lot of nooks and crannies to this boat. A lot of nooks and crannies. A lot of nooks and cranberries. A lot of hooks and cranberries. Get trapped in the crouch and then I jump out of it like a weirdo. But I do find it funny and interesting to imagine the conversation that the Universal folks that they had to speak to get the Back to the Future licensing to be DLC in this game. Okay, so I understand that you want to license DeLorean and Back to the Future. Now, you know, we've allowed that for certain projects, comedy and otherwise. And video games, we did it for Rocket League, very popular video game. But what exactly do you want to license it for? Oh, we want to have people clean it with a power washer. Okay, and this is a game? Yeah, it's a video game. People love it. They pretend to be a power washer, and they power wash different objects and buildings. Well, buildings are objects, but they, you know, power wash vehicles, buildings. We have a very popular DLC with SpongeBob and Tomb Raider, and we're looking to include the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Oh, okay. And your game is successful, is it? Yeah. People love it. People are very excited when we release new DLC. Okay. Not even a mile back, and I've already finished my coffee. Damn. What size coffee did you get? What are we talking? We talking a large coffee here? We talking a small coffee? Maybe you got a shot of espresso. I don't know. We need context. We need context. We need coffee context. Also, what kind of coffee did you get? Did you get like straight black coffee, or did you get one of those drinks that basically tastes like a milkshake? Grande cold brew. Okay. It's not bad. Wait, Grande is their small. Because Starbucks is fucking weird. this mayor gets paid big money, dude. So whatever size that is, I guess medium. 16-ounce cup. Well, you need your coffee. You need your coffee to attack the day, to seize it, to carpe those diems, as it were. Can't do that without your caffeine. I had my cup of coffee this morning before turning the stream on, because I don't want to have a blinding headache by the time it's lunch. Maybe Willy Wonka was an inspiration for the boat, because it's very Wonka-esque. Rumor has it that he's funneling the water to some billionaire guy running an illicit mining rig. Harper Stew, did he get, like, murdered? Yeah. Well, it can be. This dude is sketchy AF, man. He's definitely murdering children. Look at his boat. That's not conjecture. Men who own boats that look like this murder children. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I blame the education system. One for science and the other for everything else. Now I'm confused. I live in the U.S. and don't understand the U.S. measurement system, nor do I completely know the measure. Yeah, it's, why? What's up with the pole? Why can't I get the pole clean? One of life's big questions. Why can't I get the pole clean? Wait, hold on. The pole doesn't come out the top, right? And what are we dealing with here? What is the problem? Oh. Is that it? I mean, that's not enough. There we go. Cleaning the pole. There we go. Cleaning poles. You know, a lot of, now that you mention it, Flip Clap, a lot of our issues here in America, you can blame on the education system. I like to think that a lot of my frustration comes completely from the dumb in our society, and, you know, that's the only education system. Critical thinking skills have been left to the wayside. Why think critically? That's not going to get our budget up. Test scores will. And now in this, like, age of AI, man, I don't understand what the game plan is. Because AI is gonna make, like, simple jobs. I don't say simple like you have to be a simple person to do them, but just jobs, entry-level jobs. Like, stuff like that is not gonna be accessible for people anymore. And the whole purpose of the education system was to get people ready for a simple workplace that no longer exists. And now, you're asking them to participate in an educational system that has now been deemed absolutely useless with technology. So it doesn't serve really any purpose to keep education the way it is. If you were to repurpose it to what it should be, which would be kind of like emphasizing critical thinking skills, and if someone shows a specialized interest, then getting them into a more work-based training type of thing, which is not something to like hold your nose up at. Like, if there's a kid that knows how to, like, take out and rebuild an engine, yeah, you have that kid train and working in mechanics, because then they will be able to help out. But there also has to be a job for them to earn a living doing that shit. Being annoying about the world we live in. It's like, well, they're just a mechanic. It's like, and a mechanic deserves to be able to eat. Well, because education... Because it begs the question, the worst thing that's happening once I finally split town. Like, if you believe the purpose of education is to make a better, fully rounded human being, then you have to change the education system. If you believe it's just to babysit the kids, and teach them how to work, well, then you have to teach them how to work on things that AI doesn't make completely irrelevant. And so it's going to take some creativity on your part. Also, you're going to have to do something that shows its merits pretty quickly, because kids are now smart enough to look online and see very clearly what is and is not effective for the future. On Tuesday, it's my lab partner's birthday. I got him his present already? Well, that's very nice of you. You really like your lab partner. I want to get my lab partner shit. Except the reminder that he better fucking pick up his end. Alright? We're lab partners. We're not friends. Okay? We're here for grades. Not companionship. Okay? Greg? I made up a name. I don't remember my lab partners. Okay, Greg? We're here to do two things. Get good grades and not speak to each other. Okay? And if one of those things isn't happening... Curtains, Greg. Curtains. Doesn't say friend partner, it says lab partners. So we work in the lab. And that's it. Hey, Greg. God, I'm sick of Greg's shit. It's Greg's birthday? Cool. I guess we have chemistry together. Alright, Squirtle. Alright. You win this round. Trim. Is a movie scheduled for tomorrow? Yes, there is a movie scheduled for tomorrow. I'm actually going to double check what it is and see if it fits into the theme of Labor Day. I usually don't really give a damn, but I feel like, you know, make some kind of sense. But yes, there is a movie scheduled for tomorrow at the normal time of 7 p.m. So yeah. Be here or be square. I thought about doing Salt of the Earth again, which was about, I believe, a union on strike. That felt a little on the nose, and also, it was also good, you know, so there's probably not going to be a lot of talking during it. What we watched last week was kind of... Last week was kind of a mixture of mostly bad, but it had like a hint of drama to it, so I kind of think I want to kind of spin or shift the pendulum back to kind of some campy shit, but I don't know. Also, I got some ideas up in the air of what to play, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. So this guy plans on escaping by boat. Which, I mean, I think legally, like maritime law, probably the best bet for whatever this guy did. But, it seems like it'll be easy to find him. Boat is a little ostentatious. It's straight up just the Willy Wonka boat. This might as well be the Willy Wonka boat. from the good Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Actually, there is only one Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The other one is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Deer and whale. Alrighty. Wait a second. Wait a second. I see what you did there. You trying. Oh, gotcha. Wow. That was much later. I have time to hit even another one. Really don't want to fall off this boat. Yeah, I think I have enough for the next accessory. I will wait until I am done with this boat, because it's close to the end, I think. I'm right next to the thing. It should be cleaning it pretty easily. It's a pressure washer, so that should be cleaning it off pretty easily. But yes, I mentioned that there is a scheduled movie tomorrow. I thought I'd probably go a little later than noon today. I think it's really depending on my stomach and how hungry I get, to be perfectly honest. Door frame clean as a whistle, and whistles are notoriously clean. Because they go in people's mouths, so they should be. This is a song from one of those cool churches that has like a music director that like listens to a little bit of popular music and was like, this will get the kids going nuts. This is how we get a bunch of sign-ups for summer camp. And we'll tell them we're terrible people and they're going to hell and they gotta do the right things or they'll burn forever for eternity. Hook those kids like smoking did. Before the Surgeon General got involved and said, hey, this might be bad for your health. Will we get a list? Did I miss just enough shit? Not get that list. Aha! Gotcha. Toolbox. Cabin wall. Cabin wall. Cabin wall. What are you possibly talking about? Possibly be clean. That's nope. Clean. Any clean the town's monster truck? Some prize donuts have poured. We have a town monster truck? One of those songs with the lyrics are Jesus times 16. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. The best church songs are the ones that are parodies of popular songs, where they're like, yeah, people really like that song. Let's just copy it and put Jesus stuff in it. Another top job dirt finder, much obliged. Hopefully there's still enough water left in the river to ride this out of town. Oh, nearly forgot. Should that cursed ungrateful cat show its face at any point, it's yours. I wash my hands of the thing. And remember what my mama and grandmama before her said. If you can't say anything nice about the mayor, don't say anything at all. What a doucher. A fucking town monster truck. That I did not know was a thing. Alright, so we have all of these, and we're gonna get ba-boom. Now we got everything. We got all the equipment. We got all the power washers. This I never cared about, really. There's tons of cleaners in stock. Yeah, the next step would be these guys and just clothing, which I don't really need, so kick an ass. Alrighty. Let's take a look at this monster truck. So the search for Ulysses the cat has finally been called off, though not before we chased down every wild goose out there. Even old Frida in the lighthouse claimed she saw him in the distance, speeding across the rocks faster than any animal she'd ever seen. Though when I pressed her and asked if it had wheels, she looked down at her face and nodded. What a dummy. Anyway, we're back to base when a group of miners, furious at not being paid by the mayor, blocked the road and symbolically poured a load of concrete all over the monster truck. How that solves their problems is anyone's guess, but I'm sure it gives you one heck of a job to do. Let's clean this monster truck that looks like a cat. How fun. Little cat monster truck. Alrighty. You want to hear some of the crazy theories about the missing cats we've heard on the streets? Oh, I love street theories about missing cats. What are you hearing on the streets? I do enjoy that there was like a specific, like, dirty reason they wanted me to look at this thing and not just, could you clean the monster truck? It's something that I really don't enjoy. And I don't know, I think the reason it bothers me is because of the, like, implied hypocrisy of it. I hate it when I see a truck that's really, really clean. Especially one like this. It's like a monster truck. In theory, it should be like covered in dirt, and scratches, and chipped paint and everything. I hate it when like a truck looks super duper nice, because then it's like, well, then what are you using it for? Just to say you have a truck? Because trucks are for like hauling shit, right? So if you have the truck and you're not hauling anything, then why do you have a truck? That's fun. I like this a lot. Oops. It's like if it flips over, you have a little door. The oops door. If I was making the game, I would have called this the oops door. And it is its own separate thing. I have a feeling the nooks and crannies of this one are going to be really fucking annoying. Actually... cleaner. How much does the metal cleaner cost? And I can buy 37 of it. Holy jank. You made it home. Congratulations. That's the most treacherous part of a Starbucks run, the journey home. Oh, it is separate, but it's called the underside hatch, which I think is lame. Should be called the oops door. The door of oops. On the way home, I smelled peppermint tree tea essential oils like I was walking along the street for like 0.1 mile, and I had no idea where it was coming from. There's somebody trying to trick you. They thought you were a fan of peppermint essential oils, and they were like, this'll get them. You can't resist the smell. A little more bluesy church. Not a church for the character Bluesy. I believe it's a dog. I don't know. I've never really watched. But blues, the musical genre. Bluesy church for you. The concrete's coming out with the lowest setting. That's not much for that concrete. Oh shit, it's got stickers. Those are some strong ass stickers. Handle this pressure washer. Oh damn.
it so I don't have to come back down here. I have a feeling I'll have to no matter what. Pulverizer. Interesting name for wheels. One shock absorber cleaned. I'm not 100% sure where it even was, but it's clean. The vegan community suspects that the secret ingredient in the muckin' hamburger. But there's been a statement from a liar herself. Oh, that's celery. It's unburned. Wow, holy shit. Unique flavors due to extremely high salt content. Yeah, that seems probably accurate. Meow. Muckingham is such a interesting. Wait, there's fire that comes out of the ass of this thing? Oh shit. Maybe the cat food is too spicy. Also getting kind of uncomfortable with the ass of this cat. Well, I've underestimated the time it would take to do this thing. Gotta go have a good rest of your day and night, everyone. Squirtle, lovely to see you. Have a good one. Enjoy your Sunday and then your Monday if I don't see you. But I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. but I also don't want to stay here forever. And metal cleaner. Hold on, hold on. Remember the power, any chance you can get back to the carnival? Our Ferris wheel is getting super spicy. Oh, the Ferris wheel. Like Ferris wheels. They make me nervous. Anyone at Ronnie's Biker Center thinks all cats are aliens. That's some kind of recon mission on Earth, and they finally got to their intel. Thing is metal too. I don't know why. I would never have imagined it would be a yellow cat. I don't have any reason why it wouldn't be a yellow cat. Did not think it would be a yellow cat. Also think that the music has stopped on my church music because I forgot to do repeating. Ulysses the cat. Boom, side hatch cleaned. I took care of a lot of the cat, but now I gotta. There's no. Maybe it crushes normal cars. Maybe it. See, this is when I was talking earlier in the stream about getting focused. That's what I was talking about. Now I'm just kind of like trying to get the nooks and crannies of this damn truck done. Nooks and crannies of the GD truck. How often can I go over the same fucking areas? Oh, God. Okay, 4 tires. If the tires are clean, isn't that enough? Windscreen. Hydrate from Clip Clap. Had a feeling it'd be this damn tail. Handle. A patch. Oh, it's just this cat body. Part of the cat body. Ale creates nooks and crannies. Their trucker. This cap. There it is, son of a bitch. Hoog. Watch me clean this monster truck cap. Slowly as hell. Alrighty. Well, you know what? I'm a little hungry. So I'm going to go get some food. Thank you, Clip Clap and Shadow and Squirtle and Witchy and Past Tense and Felix and anybody else who showed up and talked a little bit. Anybody who showed up and, you know, stuck in the background. You know what? You're valuable as well. Thank you for your attention and your time and your conversation. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your Labor Day weekend Sunday, and I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. for a film. And hopefully I'll see you then. If not, I'll be back Wednesday probably to finish up Killer Frequency. And then, I don't know, I have a feeling I'll finish it pretty quick, and then I don't know what I'll do for the last 2 hours, or the last hour. Probably just hang out. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Peace out.